everybody and welcome to Jim's NMS, No Man's Sky. Right, we're going to do the full month review on the Outlaws update. Yes, I want to put a little spin on the channel now. See, I've got a cat right next to me right here. Right. Let's see if it's changed things within the game. You know, that's actually created a concrete type of difference within the game for gameplay and all that type of thing. So we're going to go a few points within the actual update and some of the speculation people were saying, and did anything come into the verse. So off we go. So first of all, we'll start with the ships, solar ships, or the sail ships as people seem to call them. These ships, yeah, they're very beautiful to look at. Okay, are they as good as exotics maybe? There's a few aspects regarding this, right? This in the game that Hello Games didn't quite think about it. The model of the ship within the cockpit and on the external view is very not conducive to space battle. Okay, they actually remind me of explorers. Okay, the solar sails should have been able to retract them and excuse me, bring them out, bring them in whenever you wanted to have a toggle for that. But there seems to be some kind of view issue within these ships. Okay, it's not impossible to look through them. It just seems to be more like eye candy. Okay, have they changed the game? Not particularly. These ships are procedurally generated like the other ships are. There's not a limited amount. They haven't been classified as rare yet. Elite Games did a video on this recently about how you can classify ships as rare. And that's to do with the spawn rate mainly and how long they've been in the game. These ships have only been in the game for about a month. So you can't classify each ship as being rare and also the fact that the ships haven't all been catalogued. Right, so you don't know if there are any variations of rareness within the ships. You can only go by colour. Okay, so beside that's nothing to do with anything. That's just a side note. The ships are, yes, they're nice to look at. Do they upgrade well enough? Do they stand out from any other ship? No, they don't. They upgrade like a poorly designed explorer. Okay, the hyperdrive doesn't go any higher than any other ship really. It goes just a bit higher than a fighter, but round about a hauler. Okay, and the haulers have extra storage augmentation, your cargo. But do you actually use that cargo, folks? Do you use it? Right? Do you actually use your cargo in your ships? So there's that aspect within the game that, you know, does it bring gameplay? No. It brings extra things that you've got in the game that you could possibly use, but you never will. Okay? That's regarding the cargo. Regarding the ships, no. And the ships are nice to look at. Yes, ship hunters out there, great. You've got another class of ship to look at. But regarding playability and things you can use a solar ship for, do they change anything at all? Would it be better than you just having a solar ship all the time or having a fighter or an exotic? I'd prefer an exotic because they can upgrade higher. Anyway, beside the point, that's the solar ships. Right, you got the space combat, the level of space combat within the game and the space battles bringing down to planets. Originally, my review was 2 out of 10 because that was based around this combat element of the game was too difficult and too frequent. What happened was Hello Games changed it and patched it so it wasn't as frequent, but it's still there. And when you're ship hunting for these new ships that they've made, right, you are getting your ass kicked still on planets. So yeah, and when you're building bases. I've noticed on YouTube there's hardly no more base tours. Maybe that's the reason why there's no base tours, is because everybody is having to build new bases in creative mode where they don't die from these attacks. So that's just what I think. Okay, not going to be hypercritical, don't worry. Hello Games, everybody else. I do critical reviews, but I do positives. But this is my view on the actual review, the actual update. Okay, now so the ships. Now there's not enough of an element in the game for the ships to actually make a difference within the gameplay. They are eye candy. You've got a present, it's all wrapped up nice and beautiful, and inside you've got a turnip. There you go. Solar ships. They'll just turn out to be like any other ship within a few months, and then the gameplay's over with. So, yeah, eye candy. You might like them now, a few months down the line. Yeah. I predicted this, do you remember? I predicted this in my reviews. Anyway, beside the point. Next one, you've got the pirate stations, right? The pirate stations. How often do you folks in the audience there use these pirate stations? Really? Once a day? Once a week? Once every fortnight? Are they there just to introduce something a little bit extra in the game that you could use in any space station? I know the spawn rate's quicker for the solar ships in these systems, and you get your ass kicked a lot more, right? But are there actually any benefits to this at all, these stations? And in my eyes, no, none at all. They are an element within the game that really shouldn't have been brought in. It's eye candy again. You've got a present all wrapped up with a turnip inside. Okay, so, or a bag of sprouts, whatever you want to call it, right? So you have that element within the game that nobody eventually will ever use or ever want to use. So I must apologise. I've got the gardener outside mowing people's lawns. So yeah, so there is that element within the game that's not going to be used over a certain period. It's like another remnant of a old update that was in the game, like the settlements. That's an element of an old update that nobody ever uses again, and that will be the pirate station. Regarding, has it changed anything regarding building? Building again, people like to base build, right? No, not at all. Not really. In this last update, the base building side of things were not changed really all that much. I believe there were some bug fixes and stuff like that, but regarding the base building, no. And I think in a way it's made it a little bit worse because you're getting still attacked on planets by pirates. Okay, they need to take that planet attacks out completely, just leave it in space, and then people can build bases. Hello Games. You know, ever since the update came out, I haven't built a base, right? And there's a reason behind that. It's the fact that, you know, you don't want to have that at the back of your mind. I'm going to build a base, but am I going to get attacked while I'm building my base and have to jump on my ship and fight these pirates off? You know, so Hello Games, please take them off planets. You know, you got your wingmen and all that type of thing, but your wingmen really don't do anything, and there's no progressive upgrading for them. You can just upgrade them with nanites, and it just seems to be something that's very linear within the game. They're just their ships. You cannot have the ships that your wingmen. It's just eye candy. I mean, you know, present turnip inside type of thing. Yeah, so it's not a critical or hypercritical review, but what it is it hasn't really brought any concrete substance to the actual game to keep people going. You know, it's good for new players. New players, great. You've got a game there that's going to keep you busy for a couple of months, and then you get bored like everybody else. You get super rich from all the glitches, and then what happens then? So the update, nobody's really covering it. Everybody's doing expeditions now, and content creators on YouTube are, as I predicted, folks, are going to other games. So, yeah, that is my 1 month review of the Outlaws update. Did it change anything? Not really. Just another No Man's Sky update. Yeah, all the hype came out, hype train, all the speculation. space station didn't get upgraded like people were going to say, you know. Or you can't warp your freighter into a battle, or you can't put two freighters in a system at the same time like people wanted. You know, you didn't all the base build, more base building stuff. No, didn't happen. No. Hello Games should start listening to people from other social networks that's not Twitter. You know, YouTube and Facebook and Reddit and Discord and 4chan. You should be looking at other things. Hello Games. Yeah. See what people want in the game. So that is my 1 month review with the Outlaws update. It hasn't changed much. Usual No Man's Sky update. Good at first. Wrapped up peasant wrapped up with a turnip in it. And then everybody gets bored within the end of the month. Goes on to the expedition. Gets bored of that. So thank you all for watching the video. Really appreciate it. And I shall see you lot in the next. Bye.